cross promotions, just giving fighters that ability to get that exposure.
Oh, there we go.
I got
Oh,
it to work.
good, good, good. I don't know how long you had to wait for, but it took me a second to realize that I had to admit you into it. I was
Oh,
kind of
you're
just
good.
um all right. So my name's Matt. I usually go by Coach, and I've started Only Fighters. But let's start with the interview, I guess. I know you said you got to teach class in looks like 30-ish minutes.
Yes.
So we can do that quick because I actually got to go and teach class myself.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll skip through a few questions. Let's start with having you introduce yourself, and then do you have a fight name?
My name is Kyrsten Oliver, and my fight name is the Texas Sweetheart.
The Texas Sweetheart. I like that. How'd you get that name?
So in our gym, we kind of like don't really name ourselves. We like allow our little gym family to name us. And my husband's actually he fights MMA, and his name is the Serial Killer. And I'm like the sweetheart to his. So it's kind of like a yin and yang type thing, and that's where it all came into play. And then I'm from Texas. I'm from East Texas, and he's from California, so it's kind of funny to play off that. But yeah,
Oh,
that's how I say it.
all right. I like that. I like that. Um, okay. So what made you want to be a fighter?
So at first it's really funny and cheesy, but I started to grapple because my husband now, but my boyfriend at the time, that's all he did. It was football and grappling. And so I was like, how am I gonna see you? I can't come to your football practice. So I started going to his jujitsu practices. Um, and I didn't really ever take it seriously. And then I started working for a while, so I stopped training. And then my sister passed away, and I lost my job. So I came in, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna do this. And then I kind of fell in love with it and did my first tournament. And ever since then, here we are.
Oh, wow. So the
Yeah.
universe guided you towards it, you
Yeah,
know?
and I was a cheerleader like all my life. So I was used to doing peppy cheer things, and I'll have girls that were on my cheer teams before. They're like, "This makes so much more sense for you." Like, yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it does."
All right. Awesome. So, would you say that grappling is your favorite fighting style, or
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Okay.
I will mess with striking. I've never done like anything competitive wise as striking. I kind of just do striking to mess around with friends and stuff like that. If there's a girl in striking that needs like a partner, I'll go in there and hold pads. But mainly a grappler, only compete grappling. It's definitely my style. I like taking backs and
A lot
names.
safer. A lot safer. Protect your head from brain damage.
For sure, for sure, for
Um.
sure.
So, do you have a dream fight?
I don't necessarily have a person that I dream of fighting. I do want to eventually be on like the UFC Fight Pass. That's the goal. Who's number one's the goal. Just big organizations like that, getting my name out there for sure.
Cool. So, when is your next fight? You have something coming up, right?
Yes, March 23rd, combat sports coverage. I have a super fight. So in
Okay.
like a week. I'm fighting in like a week.
And like,
Yeah.
okay, awesome. So, if I don't have clips for you in like 2 days, I need you to message me and
Okay.
remind me so that way I get on it, okay? Because I want
All
to
right.
have it before you like compete, so that way you have something to post the week of if you wanted to. Um, because I tend to get sidetracked if I'm being honest. But
Hey, we all do. We all do.
yeah. All right. So let's move to one of the next questions here. If you were given $5,000 to help change the world or help benefit somebody's life, what would you do with it
Mm,
to make any change?
definitely get more kids into the sport of grappling. So I teach a women's only class, and I also teach kids classes. So women and kids, especially women in like my size, like I'm 120 pounds. There's not very many of us. So like if I could help women and kids get into the sport and like enjoy it, that would be great because this sport has changed my life and made me less angry of a human. So I know it would change a lot of other women's lives and kids for sure.
For sure. I think it is definitely something useful and something that, kids should definitely be learning.
Oh yeah. I've watched many, like been teaching for a little over a year and a half, and I've watched many kids come in and just change drastically. So it definitely helps for sure.
Okay, awesome. So this is a fun one. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
A panda bear.
Panda bear. Why is that?
Yeah, panda bears are the cutest animals ever. If I could hold a panda bear, that would be dope. I would
Okay.
definitely be a panda bear. They're just fat, lazy, and eat all the time.
All
That would
right.
be me.
All right. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna send you a panda bear that is like an image of you. All right. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use
That'd
AI
be
to
fun.
create it. Um, all right. So if you could eat only one meal a day for the rest of your life without any trade-offs for doing so, what would it be?
Tacos.
Tacos. Why is that?
I eat tacos all the time now. So since me and my husband are both in the sport, we there's a lot of weight cutting involved and just watching our weight and stuff. So tacos is one thing that I can eat that I will not regret the next morning. And so we eat a lot of tacos. We eat a lot of tacos.
All right. All right. Cool. Um, so what is the most significant choice that you've made in your life? It could be your career or your personal life. What would you say is the most significant?
It would definitely be so I was a college graduate at the same time as I got my high school diploma. I graduated COVID year, which totally sucked. But I didn't go back to school. So that was definitely life changing for me because all my life my mom was like, you need to go to college, you need to do this and this. And I don't have a lot of support from my own family from what I'm doing because they don't think it's realistic. So that definitely is a thing that it was a big choice for me in life not having that support. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm living my best life now, grappling. So I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. Um, do you have any fight stories or stories related to training that you feel like sharing?
Mm, no, not really. Hello.
Okay.
I got in a fight one time at a tournament that wasn't supposed to happen. That's kind of funny.
Tell me about that.
My teammate got into had a match with a girl and the girl kind of disrespected her on the mats and her little sister came up and was like trying to talk crap and the girl came and I was like come on trying to calm down the situation and then she hit me in the face so when then we ended up fighting I was like I wasn't gonna hit you but you hit me so here we go but yeah that was pretty funny. It's funny.
Okay. So you just had a brawl in the middle of a grappling tournament?
Yes, an AGF tournament. Yep, I
Oh,
did do that.
all right.
I
That's
mean, it's us or it's not just ever going to be one of us. It's always going to be the whole crew. That's
of
how I
course,
look at it.
of course, of course. Okay. If you couldn't be a fighter, what would you be?
Mm, probably something like in the medical field area. That's what I was leaning towards when I was going to go to college. I was going to go to college to be a physical therapist. My husband has a little brother that has cerebral palsy. So I always knew I wanted to be something in the medical field. But when I met him, it definitely made me go towards PT. But yeah, that's definitely what I would be.
Okay. Awesome. So we were able to get through this pretty quickly. This is the last question I got for you, and then I'll let you
Okay.
ask it. You have, what do
Okay.
you think Only Fighters is, in your own words?
I'm not completely sure. That is definitely my question for you. I don't know as far as like what I've been seeing. I think is it more of like a promotion of fighters or what is it?
Okay,
That's what
awesome.
I kind of looked at as like what you're posting on your story. It's like promoting us as fighters.
Yeah. So we are gonna be promoting you guys as fighters, and but the important thing is we're gonna be a social media platform. So it's gonna be very similar to like how OnlyFans works, in the sense that fans can pay to subscribe to, see your content. Um,
Okay.
but we have a lot more cross promotional systems in place, and it's MMA based, and combat athletes, because there's a lot of combat sports that really don't get the coverage that they should,
For
and
sure.
is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
grappling's a big one. Out of all the martial arts, grappling definitely is the one on the very bottom of the list.
yeah, yeah, and I don't really understand why, but it's you know
It's making its come up. It's
it
coming up.
it is, and
UFC Fight Pass has made it like level up a few steps for sure. For sure.
um, so that's like the main with it. What I would get to do as well is to have different local promotions we can work with to stream their events on it. So that way there's stuff for the fans to be able to see.
Yeah.
And then I also would want to be able to find different small name MMA podcasts that want to also grow their reach and get exposure to, an MMA audience, because essentially what we're creating is a giant platform of MMA fans and fighters.
Yeah,
And
that's dope.
um and then we've got, different nonprofits we're going to be working with as well, but there's still a lot in the air as far as percentages we're going to do. I
Okay.
realized in the past like 3 months that this was probably too much for me to handle on my,
Oh, for
so
sure.
and I'm gonna share this short story with you because we still got time. Um, so I was I used to deliver for Amazon, and so I remembered that my boss was an MMA fan, and so I thought in my head like, he's probably somebody that could help me to get all of this organized and would be interested in being a part of it. So what I did was I set up an interview to be a driver, and then when I showed up to the interview, he remembered me. And I told him, I was like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really not interested in being a driver. And I'm probably not interested in doing dispatch or anything else. But I might have an opportunity for you if you're interested. And then
That's funny.
and then I just told him about what I was looking to put together, and how I'd been connecting with fighters from all over the world, and doing all these Zoom calls with them, and et cetera, et cetera. And then he was interested, and so anyway, he's now my CEO, and
That's cool.
we have a lot of changes that are gonna, potentially be made still, as far as how it all works, so I
Okay.
can't give it, on a lot of things. But what I do know is we are gonna be helping to plant trees across the world.
Oh, that's
With
cool. That's dope.
Planted is the nonprofit, One Tree Planted. And then another nonprofit we're going to be working with is called Operation Underground Railroad, and they're the ones, they fight child trafficking. And so I feel like that is the best cause we could really give to with this, because we're building an army of fighters, literally. Um,
Yeah.
so, why not? Um, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking to do. And then I'm gonna share one more story with you, and then
Okay.
we can call it from there if you want. So 7 years ago, actually 8 years ago, I was in a coma, and the doctors had told my parents that best case scenario, I was going to be in a vegetative state the rest of my life. And I had all these crazy dreams when I was in it. I thought they were true when I woke up. And when I did wake up, they brought me to a rehab center to teach me to walk again. On that first night, the doctor said it was going to be a few months, probably a year before I made it back home. And I told him I would be home next week. He started laughing at me. He's like, I have no clue where you're getting that idea from. It's going to be at least a few months and then we'll talk. And I said, well, no offense, doctor, but you don't know me. I am going to be home next week. And a week to that day, I made it back home. And
That's dope.
thank you. And so then when I made it back home, I wrote down everything about the experience. And over time, I put it together into a movie script. During that whole COVID shutdown, I got it properly formatted, copyrighted, everything. That was where all my stimulus money went. Um, and so, anyways, that's what I want to create in my life. So that way I can be able to inspire people to see the opinions of the quote unquote experts don't have to be their reality.
For sure.
And so for me, Only Fighters is going to be kind of like a platform to help me get my story out there, as well as help me get my name out. So that way people want to care about my story and want to see the film, you know?
Yeah, that's dope.
But at the same time, I obviously want to help the fighters and, they're coming
Yeah.
first. So yeah, do you have any questions for me about anything?
No, not as of right now that I can think of. It's really you have a really cool story. By the way, I'm glad to help in any way I can with your helping the nonprofit organizations. We love plants and stuff over here. I haven't taken real medication in 4 years. I've only taken plant medications, so like reishi, goldenrod, stuff like that, mushrooms, stuff that comes from planet Earth. So, and we eat a lot of stuff that comes out of my mother-in-law's garden instead of out of the grocery store. So yeah, we are those weird people
I love it.
that have crazy freaking speculations about the government and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm down to help you. And then I have actually had close people in the sex trafficking ring type thing that unfortunately we've saved out of it. So yeah, I'm down to help any way I can, make posts, show up to events, whatever you need.
You're the best. So I know we had like a really short call, but I want to tell you, I love you as a person. I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
And I would definitely also love to do a call with my husband and get him on the platform if he would be
Yeah.
in. And then even if you were doing the together would be fine. Because I think that's like going to be a really unique thing to kind of capture is that dynamic of couples that train together, because I see
Yeah,
that.
it gets a little crazy for
And
sure.
yeah. So, but anyways, I will let you go because I gotta go as well.
Okay.
And I will get you video clips ASAP. But
Okay.
please remind me if you don't hear from me about it in like 2 days or less. Okay.
Okay. I got you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.